Hello everybody and welcome to my first EU4 video. In this video I will be explaining some of the basics of the game to you and what you want to do before you unpause the game. I will show you this as the Ottomans because I think that the Ottomans are one of the easiest and strongest nations in the game and therefore are very recommended for beginner players. Now please note that I am currently using all DLCs, so if you do not have some of them, then some options might not be available for you. I am also using a map mod, which I will link in the description. So what do you want to do before you unpause the game? For example, you can do the things that are recommended to you by your notifications. What is very important is setting rivals. You want to set nations as rivals that you want to focus early on, and nations that are usually weaker than you, so you can fight them early on, beat them, and then they will become so weak that they are not a possible rival for you anymore, and you will get a bonus that is called Eclipsed Rival, and it will increase your power projection. So we will take Venice, Karakoyunlu and the Mamluks as rivals, because I think that those are the nations we will focus on first. Then next, we want to set our advisors. If you are a wealthy nation like the Ottomans, you definitely want to start with advisors. But we will go with the cheaper ones. Now we have the option to get a +2 advisor for 50% reduced cost. You can see that usually the +2 advisor costs 4 ducats per month, but this one is actually at a 50% discount, only costs 2 per month, so I think it's very worth it to take this one. And then we also take another advisor for diplomatic and one for military category. Now what do this monarch point mean? The monarch points, they are necessary for certain actions in the game. You get monarch points according to your ruler. Now our current ruler is a 6/6 ruler, which is really good because the maximum a ruler can have is a stat of 6 in each category. Here you can see how much of each power you will get every month. The base value is already 3, then the skill of your ruler is added and also the skill of your advisor. Currently there's a green tick on the military power because we have set our focus on military power. But I want to change that, and I want to change the focus to administrative power. Now we would get 13 administrative power per month and only 7 for diplomatic and 9 for military, because those are reduced by 1 because of our national focus. Then we can take national decisions. This is only for some nations like Sunni nations. They can have these modifiers if their ruler is at least 3 in each category. And this one is the one that is specific for the Ottomans. It will cost us 100 military power once and give us 10% more manpower for the whole game. And I will also take this one. Now, because we increased our missionary strength through one of the national decisions, we can start converting provinces. We have one Shia province, which is different from our Sunni religion, and therefore it will give us certain modifiers in this province. Now you can see that the people of Siva are Sunni, of Sivas are of the Shia faith, and they are considered heretics by the Sunni state religion of the Ottomans, which means it will increase unrest and decrease taxes and goods produced in this province. So we will convert this one. Note that converting in provinces takes time and also costs some money. For example, this one is now costing 0.38 ducats per month, and it will also require a missionary. We currently have one missionary free, so it's not a problem. So what do we want to do first as the Ottomans? Our first goal is obviously to beat the Byzantine Empire and take Constantinople. But doing so, we need a reason to go to war. To get a reason to go to war, which is called a casus belli, you can start building spy networks and then fabricating claims on provinces. So we will send one of our diplomats to the Byzantine Empire to start building our spy network. You can see the current value of your spy network over here, which starts at 0, and we will need a value of 20 to get our first claim, and then we can go to war with them. So let's unpause the game, wait until this is 20, and do some other things in between. Now another thing is obviously alliances. Alliances are very important, because you can call your allies to war, either defensive or offensive wars. But note that they might not always want to help you in your offensive wars and are more likely to help you in defensive wars. But if they are very weak, because they are in debt or have no manpower, for example, they can even decline a request for you to go for defensive wars. Now here we can see how many diplomatic relations we can have. We can have a maximum of 4 diplomatic relations, and we currently have 1, because we are guaranteeing the independence of Ragusa. But I think that this doesn't really create any value for us, so I will revoke the guarantee, and we will have 4 diplomatic relations again. Now here we have some royal marriage offers of some other nations. They would also take one of our diplomatic relations away, but I will decline them because I think it's not necessary for us at the moment. Now, what are alliances that we want to take? We can go into this diplomacy tab and we can see which nations would take an alliance offer from us. Those are all the green nations. So which nation is actually good for us? Now I will take Tunis as an ally because I think they can be helpful and they are relatively strong. Now because we took that rival, nobody else wants to be our friend. Yes, wait 1 day. There's always a cooldown of creating alliances of 1 day. Same thing with going to war, but there the cooldown is even 1 month. So which nation do we want to take next? Now I don't think that we really need any of those as allies because they are usually weaker nations, and I think 1 is enough for now. We can use the relations, for example, for creating vassals later. Now since Tunis is already our ally, I will take their royal marriage offer, and apparently we also got a new king. Now that happened pretty fast. Okay, so apparently our ruler got slaughtered and we have a new ruler, which is really bad. Now I don't know why that happened, never happened to me before, but well, let's just play weak Ottomans then. Doesn't really matter for the purpose of this video. We will just wait until we have a spy network of 20 in Byzantium, so I can show you how you can declare wars. Now we want to prepare our armies for the war. The armies start without leaders, but it's crucial to have leaders to your armies because it significantly improves their performance in battle. So we have 1 general at the start. He has a value of 3 in shock, fire, maneuver and siege. Fire and shock are values that are used in combat roles. I will show that in battle. Then maneuver is determining the speed of the army and also whether you get river crossing penalties or not. And the siege value is just a boost to the siege speed. Now since we have 2 armies, we want to have another leader. And we can either recruit leaders for 50 military power or set our ruler as a general. I will set our ruler as a general because first, this doesn't cost any military power. And second, he is actually very bad with his stats of 0, 1, 2. So I'm hoping that he will die early in battle or during a siege, so we will get a better one. Okay, so next month, yeah, now we have a spy network of 20 in the Byzantine Empire, which means we can fabricate claims. You can do that by directly clicking on the province and clicking this button, and now you can see that you have a claim, or you can go into the covered actions tab and click on fabricate claim. Now before we declare war, we also want to put our navy in place. They are currently into two squadrons, but we will merge them because we only want to fight them as one navy. And we will blockade Constantinople with this, and we will not use the admiral for now. Now let's see. The Byzantines have 1 ally, which is Serbia, and they also have a vassal, which is Athens. Now if we declare war on them, those two will be called into the war. So always make sure who are the nations that you will go to war with if you declare war on one nation. But if we have to, yes, we have to wait a bit. So now the claim is there, and we can have this. We can use this claim as casus belli to declare war on Byzantium to take Constantinople. Now here we can see which are the enemy allies. They are currently Athens, who will always be called to war because they are subject, and then Serbia, which is an ally and will currently accept. And our own ally Tunis will not accept because we need favors in order for them to accept our call to war. You will get favors over time. They usually grow at a rate of one per year, which means you have to wait 10 years until you get 10 favors and they would help you. But only if your army is stronger than theirs, and if it's smaller, the rate is even lower. But we can take them on our own. So let's just declare war on the Byzantines. Now you can see that all the nations that you are at war with get red units. So for example, this army of the Byzantines, they are 6,000, but our army is 16,000 and has a very good general. So we will just click on the province, which will make our armies move there. You can see these two swords. This will show you that there will be a battle unless they move away, but also they need to move away before your army arrives. And with the other army we will go to Serbia and siege their provinces. So now we have our first naval battle report. We destroyed one of their ships. Our first battle, we completely killed their army. Okay, so now we are sieging Constantinople. And we will also siege the capital of Serbia. Now what you can do in order to conserve manpower, which is really important, you can split your armies and only leave as many soldiers sieging as you need, because over here you can see that every month 1% of our units will die due to attrition, and since that's a percentage number, obviously the number of men that die is higher, the higher the amount of soldiers that are sieging is. And currently we only have 12,000 manpower in the reserve. We will get 300 per month, but our maximum is 35,000. You need manpower to create new regiments, always 1,000 for one regiment, or to refill your depleting current regiments. So this one already went down to 15.4 thousand out of 16,000, which means we will need 600 manpower to fill that one. And also at a rate of 1%, 160 will die due to attrition every month during the siege, and we will also need them to fill the regiments again. So you can press this button, detach siege, or shortcut D on your keyboard, to detach as many soldiers as it takes to siege the province, and you can move the rest out. You can also do the same here. And with the other army we can siege the fort. Now how do sieges work? You have different kinds of provinces. You have provinces that are either without any defensive fortifications. Then you have provinces that are capitals. It's this one. Capitals always have a level 1 fort, and the normal fort that it's built, it's always a level 2 fort, so they are a bit stronger than the capital fort. And those ones, they need some time to siege them down. But normal provinces that are not fortified will always be sieged within one siege phase. Now a siege phase, the length of a siege phase is determined by certain factors. The base is 30. Usually there are not many factors for that in the beginning of the game. So currently our siege phase would take 29 days in Constantinople. And our current chance to take the city are at minus 49%. But this value will go up over time and go into positive, and then at some point we will capture the province. But note that if you are detaching your armies for sieges, they are more vulnerable to be attacked by enemies. So always keep an eye on them, or keep other troops around to reinforce your armies. if they are getting attacked. Now if you siege a coastal province, you can also blockade it with your navy, so the enemy doesn't get the -2 modifier that they are supplied through the sea. So this will make your sieges a bit more quicker if the enemy province is on the coast. Okay, so now we would just have to wait until those sieges are finished, then we can make peace. But I think I will leave it for now, and I hope you learned some new things. Let me know what you want to know next, and I will go on with this kind of episodes and explain some more things of the game if you want. And I hope you liked the video, and I'm always glad for any recommendations in the comments, so let me know what you want to see, what you liked, what you did not like, and thank you for your support.